Love. I've often heard that the first commandment is to love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. But the first part of that commandment in Mark 12:29 says this, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord." It was explained to me that the word hear means to understand, pay attention to hear intellectually in a fashion that is accompanied by obedience. If you don't hear, you can't put it into practice. A friend of mine wrote a book called The Kingdom Revealed. He used a great example by saying, when you speak to your children and ask them to do something and they don't respond, you may say, "Did you hear me?" They might respond, "Yes, I heard you." But the truth is you won't accept their answer in words until you see the response in action, by doing what you had commanded them to do. Are we doers? Do we love God entirely? Mark 12:31 says we should love our neighbor as ourselves. Remember, Jesus set an example of loving when he told the story of the Good Samaritan. Several men who you thought would help passed by the injured man and showed no compassion. But the one who did help not only showed love, showed no discrimination. So where am I going with all of this? Well, in our country, Canada, a Canadian is a Canadian, regardless of his or her background, regardless of whether they were born here in Canada or immigrated here. Canadian citizens are immigrated and born red, yellow, black, and white. That's what helps to make Canada a great country. Canada ensures equal opportunities and equal rights for all Canadians. I believe God brings people here for a reason. He is working behind the scenes. This could be a great opportunity for the oppressed of other countries. Didn't Jesus give his disciples a command to begin acting in love? In John 13:34 and 35, it says he gave them a new commandment, that they were to love one another as he had loved them, and by this all men would know that they were his disciples. Jesus left heaven for a time to come and wash feet. What Jesus did was for all of us, every single one of us. Perhaps our love walk would be more recognized if we could be more kind and helpful to people who didn't look and act like us. I'm only talking about love and respecting each other's differences right now. Jesus said we are to love our enemies. Doesn't the wheat and the tare grow together? I believe the call is for true followers to go the extra mile and spread the love in action. I saw a movie that said there are only 4 questions of value in life. What is sacred? Of what is the spirit made? What is worth living for? And what is worth dying for? The answer to each is the same: only love. If I am to love others as he loved me, then I am to love them in their mess until he makes their life a message. This is Lynda Lewis. We all know when loving you don't give up or give way to pride. But I once heard it said, when people love each other, an important kind of giving is giving in.